stream in this unbelievably fluid society, so dynamic. We're just getting rid of that, bit by bit. Everybody wears Abercrombie and Fitch and does their hair a certain way and thinks a certain way. Tattoo, as an art form, is a really wonderful way to counter that, in that it's distinctly personal.
If you're someone who's really into tattoos, you can kind of see a difference that the people who get them are the kind of people who are really passionate and intense about just everything.
Crucial time in my life. I just got done with a 3-year relationship, you know.
There's a music note on my right forearm. I'm a musician.
I'm an artist, and I like the idea of putting them where, like, that's your active, like, creative part of yourself. And I wanted it to be a very active thing and not like a passive thing.
When I hear the word tattoo, I guess my first thought is, why? Because I really can't understand why anyone would want to mark up their skin permanently, intentionally.
I don't handle death very well. Every time someone in my family dies, I get another rose petal added onto my back, and it's just something that helps me deal with it, and it's kind of my own tribute because it's hard for me to get out to funerals.
It started with my mom's name. My letters here, that's Rocky Mountain Hardcore. It's kind of like a tribe I consider myself a part of. And then the planets here, that's based off of a painting that I had an old roommate friend do. It was a painting of the planet's alignment at the exact moment that my son was born.
Absolutely everything I believe in, the interweaving of the branches, it's reaching into heaven and down to earth, meaning that everything is completely united.
Kind of evolved from a nickname in high school. The essential basics of it is kind of the no smoking sign sort of thing, essentially the no. And then there's a vertical line that sort of forms a D. The nickname in high school I had was no dope. Didn't do any drugs or anything like that, still don't. And it's just become a pretty big part of who I am.
My tattoo is symbolic of a verse in the Bible where Jesus basically sends out his disciples and is like, you're supposed to be part of the world, you're supposed to be in it and hanging out with people and not seclude yourself from the crap that goes on, but just know what's right and wrong.
Telling a story on your skin, it's like making yourself into a book where you're letting other people know who you are and you're reminding yourself of who you are, you know, of where you come from. You know, for me, this Celtic knot, you know, it's who my people are, you know, we're all Celts. It's a rite of passage, it's all these things which we really lack in normal, unmarked society.
I think a lot of times there's a lot of discrimination against people with tattoos. In the business world or whatever, people feel more comfortable dealing with people who are more ordinary looking, if you will.
It's like almost insurance that I won't get a job that I really shouldn't be doing if I can't have tattoos when I do it, then I don't think I really need to be doing that kind of job, I guess.
People think that if you have tattoos, you're naturally some sort of high school dropout who's good for nothing, probably does drugs, you know, will have a kid by the time I'm 20, whatever. And they're always really surprised when I say that, you know, I'm studying chemistry and philosophy at the same time and I'm going to be teaching high school. You know, that's really what I want to do.
I've actually had a few weird people come up to me and say disrespectful remarks regarding what I look like.
Respecting each person for what they want and what they want to do is really important.
I can remember every single day vividly that I had any of my work done. On my right arm, very symbolic to me. That's my brother's on my arm. I get to look at it every day. It's awesome.
To not be different, to be, in essence, homogenized, that's what we're trying for, it seems, in America. And there's this whole subculture of people who don't want that.
It's the beauty about being individual. And, you know, sure, there's millions of people out there with tattoos, but each person's different and each person has their own story behind their art.
Don't put a picture, name, nothing like that, because you will end up with something like this. This used to be a picture of her, like a character picture. I had to do something, so we made her dead and labeled her as a business.